Hey y'all, so our previous video was what is the karmic lesson you are repeating in love, right? And got me thinking. The lesson there was very much about trusting your instincts, and then of course if we don't learn our lesson, the universe will keep teaching us that lesson till we learn it. But I really wondered, is your ex's energy still attached to your energy? Because sometimes we still hold on to people's energy unknowingly. We do it absolutely unknowingly, and then that impacts future relationships, right? So I was feeling like, hey, you know what, this would be a good video to make. This would be actually well, I would want to know this. I want to know if my ex's energy is still attached to mine. He was such a dweeb, so bam, why not? Okay, so regarding the ex, right, this is what I get from spirit, is that they are sharing, they're sharing your ex's energy with me, and I think this will be so don't like when people's energy is like this, only because I'm so familiar with this kind of energy. This person really lacked emotional intelligence, right? There was a lot of lack of control and a merciless energy. Whoever this person was, they were somebody who really made you repress your emotion. You were not really in a safe space where you could be like, okay, this is how I feel. And you were not given that opportunity to really be honest with how you feel, or really say, hey, you know what, this hurt me, right? Which got you to a point where the emotions did really become overwhelming and painful, because you needed to really express yourself, and this person really stopped you from expressing yourself at every turn. Oh, got that. Yeah, there is a yes, so okay, ultimately this energy is still very much with you, because this is a trauma that this person caused, right? You have beauty, you have fertility, and fertility is not really in the sense of a female being able to have kids. Fertility is really being able to grow, right? To grow and to grow happiness, grow beauty, grow pleasure in your own life. It does not only have to do with the reproductive organs. Okay, so this person really does have you trapped in your old ways, only because you've made yourself so small because of how this person has treated you, that you really haven't learned what is the new. You forget who you are, when you say, when we sit down and be like, who am I really? Because this person has conditioned you to such a point where your emotions, you've learned to just keep it locked in. And if this is happening to you, this is your sign that, listen, you don't need to keep doing that. You really don't need to. You do need to just unlock it, get back to how you were. There's no, I understand reaching the point where you are questioning yourself and who you are as a person. But spirit is saying, listen, once you do this and you really remember who you were without this person and who you were before this person came into the picture, this ex, right? Remember who you were then, before this person literally dimmed your shine. And you are really going to go through an awakening, because judgment is right here. And this is an awakening. This is where you learn your purpose again. You do a self-assessment. You become rejuvenated, because when you have been conditioned for such a long time, it is very, very easy to forget who you are, to forget what your purpose is, and forget who you are, not to other people, but forgetting who you are to yourself, because that is how this person has made you feel. They've made you feel to the point where you don't even recognize yourself. So once you start really seeing yourself for who you were without this person, whoa, that was too many, and before this person, you are really going to start having things fall into place for you. And yeah, I wish I could shake y'all and say, please recognize who you are. You are this beautiful person inside out. You are somebody who is so trustworthy, somebody who would never treat somebody in this way, right? And this was obviously a form of control on this person's part. Yeah, well, this is lovely. Nine of Wands, Spirit is saying, listen, have that courage, be persistent. You are such a strong person. You have strength. You are literally an unshakable force, and you have that discipline to really see yourself for who you are. You already know who you are, but you just need to be reminded again, hey, this is who I am. This is what I am. This is what I'm capable of, right? So if you've watched this far, thank you so much. Please don't forget to subscribe if you like the video, and click that like button, comment as well. Share with me what happened. Like, let me know, how does this fit in for you? And once again, if it doesn't fit, that's absolutely fine, but really remember who you are without anybody else. You don't need this kind of energy being in your space. You don't need this blocked energy. So it's really time to start remembering who you are and draining away that negative energy that's really compressed you, and you feel like you can't, between a rock and a hard place right now. And I wish you all the best. I'll see you all soon. Okay, bye.